While the competition for winning the Ames straw poll is heating up, one GOP presidential candidate is trying to lock down voters here in eastern Iowa. Today, Minnesota Representative Michelle Bachmann made a stop in Cedar Rapids. KCRG TV9's Jon Housholder spoke with voters and the presidential hopeful this afternoon.
T-shirts and signs came out Saturday morning, all for one specific reason.
I just really support Michelle Bachmann.
After her tour bus pulled up to the hotel at Kirkwood, the presidential candidate quickly headed to the stage where she would give a speech emphasizing the importance of the upcoming straw polls in Ames next Saturday.
Come out. I need your support to be the next president of the United States.
During her message, Bachmann also took swings at the Obama administration, accusing it of failing to protect the Social Security of senior citizens.
This administration was more worried about making big banks nervous across America than they were about our senior citizens. I am running to be president of the United States to make Barack Obama a one-term president.
Reactions from this speech varied among those in attendance. Some seemed to be very impressed with Bachmann.
And I have yet to see the fire in a candidate that she has.
I think if anybody hears what we heard today, that she's just going to be moving right up.
While others are still questioning who they will be voting for.
We're not 100%, at this point, but we're leaning very much toward her.
Bachmann will continue to campaign over these next 7 days in order to shore up as many votes as possible before next week's straw poll.
Well, we're meeting as many Iowans as we can. We're urging them to come to Ames to the straw poll.
In Cedar Rapids, Jon Housholder, KCRG TV9 News.
Bachmann, like other candidates, will spend this week in Iowa gathering last-minute votes for the poll. The straw poll is known for gauging how strong a candidate's campaign is before the Republican caucuses in February.
Now think back 20 years. Desert Storm had just wrapped up with American forces liberating Kuwait after Iraq invaded that nation in 1990. Today, to mark 20 years since their return home in 1991, Marines from eastern Iowa who served then met in Waterloo to share their experiences. KCRG TV9's Jon Housholder introduces us to these Marines.
For some, 20 years has gone by in a hurry.
Because it just seems like it was just the other day, so it's hard to believe it's been this long.
But it's been 2 decades since the Persian Gulf War, and that's why 2 former Marines organized a 20-year reunion in Waterloo for those who served in Iraq and Kuwait.
It's great to see people that I haven't seen in a long time, after 20 years.
It's great seeing old faces. I was a little worried about the turnout, but it turned out really well.
For many, it was a time to share memories, both exhilarating and traumatic.
But it was extremely emotional. Obviously, at the time, I was in my early 20s. I had no idea what I was getting into because never been to, Kuwait or Saudi Arabia.
Nobody was really used to people going to war, so it was hard to leave.
This Marine unit was one of the first U.S. artillery outfits to enter Kuwait, which Iraq had occupied, and attack enemy targets.
Taking care of my responsibilities and just the pride too of actually serving just makes you want to just do better for yourself.
My experience coming back was really quite well. It was a warm, wonderful welcoming, and to me that was the most important part of the whole thing when we got back. And
so after 20 years of being away from their military family, these Marines are together once more. In Waterloo, Jon Housholder, KCRG TV9 News.
This Marine unit departed from Iraq and Kuwait in 1991 with no casualties, even as they were on the front lines against some of the top trained Iraqi military units.
Dozens of people competed today in an unusual competition hoping for national spotlight. The Iowa State Turkey Calling Contest made a stop in Manchester. KCRG TV9's Jon Housholder shows us some stiff competition in a unique sport.
It's better known as turkey calling, and people all over the country compete in this unique sport. Sunday afternoon, a select group of competitors packed the Delaware County Community Center in Manchester for a chance to win the day's top prize, a trophy and $100. Competitors bellowed their turkey calls toward a small crowd, while judges focused on their technique and listened from behind this curtain.
In their mind, they're thinking, do they really sound like a real wild turkey? That's what.
It may be a foreign concept for some, but for others, turkey calling is something they've been doing for a while.
I started when I was about 14 years old.
I've been calling turkeys for over 20 years as a hunter and close to 10 years as a competitive caller.
Along with years of experience, competitors emphasize the importance of finding time to practice.
I just practice before contests, like after homework and then stuff like that.
And for some, all the hard work pays off with a chance to compete at the Grand National Championship in February. In Manchester, Jon Housholder, KCRG TV9 News.